Okay. Hi, welcome back. My name is Soren. I'm learning how to code. I'm trying to code in Python. I'm using AI as a coding guide, tutor slash thing. It's very slow. These videos are mostly for documenting only. They're gonna be boring. Um, that's pretty much all I can really say. I talk throughout them. I try to verbalize my thinking. It helps me move forward faster. The videos help me keep on track. Thank you for hopping on. If you're one of the 20 people that's clicked on my videos in the past few days since I started, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And with that being said, let's crack on and get started. So, yesterday we implemented yet another of the um, methods. So, this is for get asset info. We improved the parameters with the endpoints because we learned that the requests library for Python handles a lot of the additional parameters that come after the main endpoint link. And yeah, let's clear this away. We still have the venv because I haven't closed VS Code yet. So yeah, let's just go directly into the next method. And that one is, I think, get recent trades. Yeah, maybe I should have done it in order. Get asset info, get order book. So I know we have server time, we have system status, we have asset info, we have pairs, we have ticker, we have OHLS, we have order book. So yeah, it's gonna be recent trades. So we're gonna call this get recent trades self. Let's check what parameters we have. We have pair, since, and count, right? And we have pair, since, count. Okay. I like to include this from the documentation and the endpoint. At this point, once you identify how it works, it's like you just replicate it. But yeah. So what's the deal with this params thing that I've figured out supposedly? It's basically saying, because we had an issue. I had it like pair equals none, making it possible to send nothing. But also it was still being constructed, right? The endpoint was still being constructed, even though nothing was sent, and that started to create errors. And then I learned that params is capable of handling like an empty dictionary. Then we can use like if else statements basically to check if there is a pair, if there is a since, and if there is count, then add it to the dictionary. And yeah, so we're gonna write that out. So if pair, then params square brackets pair in quotes equals pair. I hate the syntax here for some reason. It doesn't make sense to me, but for now, params. But it works fundamentally. That's what's important. Since equals since, and if count params count equals count, and then we can try the response. There we go. And that should be that. So we'll test it, but let's also write the other one. This is the get recent spread. We have a pair and since here, and we have this endpoint. So let me just this is this done? Endpoint. Yeah, now it's done because I don't have to adjust anything. That's cool. Maybe only this recent traits because we copied over, and we can just copy over this one as well. Get recent spreads, and this one is self-bear and since with no count, and we can just delete this. Yeah, programming is easy. And that would be that. Try missing here 2 dots. Yeah, that should be that. Okay, let's write the test sample calls for these. I'll just copy and paste, and then we will get recent trades. So here would be get recent trades. Here will be get recent spreads. Oops. Get recent spreads, and this will be spread info. So recent trades. The paste. Here we need pairs. Pair XBT USD. XBT USD pair. And I do want empty lines in between. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna spend some time just writing the tests for these today. We'll see. We'll see. Because it doesn't make sense to test like this. Error in getting asset info, missing 2 positional arguments, since and count. Okay, so everything is required there. And just error in recent spreads. And this would be recent trades. Okay, let's fix these. Okay, and missing 2 positional. Okay, so since equals, but it returns, so if it returns the 1000 trades by default. Let's count. Can I send it like this? I mean, I really don't know. Try with none. Okay, so none worked here. But why is it required though? Here they are optional. So let's see XBT USD. So when I send it, here it's optional. Maybe this is a problem with the code where it's saying, yeah, these, I still need to highlight that these are optional. Okay, and I think since it's optional, there's gonna be a default here. Let me just update the dictionary. I don't know. I don't remember how these are called. The block codes. Okay, now let's save this. Oops, save this. Save this, and we will try again. And if it works. I think it does work. Recent trades. Yeah. And if we need to find somehow in this mess, it should be apparent. Uh, I don't see recent spreads. Yeah, I'm gonna make a bunch of new rows. Huh? Print was not closed. What do you mean? I don't get it. Is it like, oh, I'm doing it wrong. I was doing it wrong. Let's try again. Now we should have a really strong cutoff in the, yeah, there we go. Testigen. What is this testigen? Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. We won't be using this for too long. Uh, I haven't used the AI yet. It's just sitting there. Review, review the project and get prepared for teaching. That's it. Initialize it. Okay. Okay. So I think we're done. This is everything that we can get from the Spot API. And I notice I'm doing the mistake again, where I'm not sharing VS Code. So as it stands right now, I only have one monitor here, and that's not really ideal because I get focused on what I'm trying to do and I forget about this. So I think I'm just gonna keep it on the code, really, because that's where it happens. And if I see something on the documentation, it is. I don't think I have this like keybinds I can switch, but it always feels bad when I come back to it and I see, oh, I've been sharing the API while I've been working on the code for the past 5, 10 minutes, 13 minutes here total now. So yeah, I don't know. Let's just move on. Tests. So we've written some tests. Um, Let me see. Yeah, so okay, so it's asking me about the tests actually. So let's we will continue. We'll continue now with PyTest. The script was useful in the beginning, but PyTest is better. So let's work on that. It's like insisting every time, insisting like, oh, you need to test better. You need to test better. Can you explain what you think each assertion is checking for? I think the assertion I mean, depends. Depends. What I think the assert command does is it checks first what we are looking for. It could be is instance, is len, is something else. I don't know what everything we could check for is, but likely things like integers, floats, strings, etc. Then, yeah, I don't know. It's like I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know the structure of these. I can see like a result, but I don't understand why we, for example, write uh, when it could just be if the result is an integer, work. Oh no, shit. Let me delete this. It's the message. Oh, might as well be using it properly. And fix the typo here. Be, would be, should be. Let's see what it says. I really don't get the tests for now. Like, the tests are painful. Sure. Me, wish I could comment out a lot of text all at once, like this. I just like whoop or loop, but it doesn't work. So, what are you missing? You wanna get server time. I can give you everything you need. So here's the page content. Here's the contents of get server time. Even with the response included, right? Let me break down the structure of the response and why assert is instance result int wouldn't work. Let's look at the actual response structure. When you call get server time, the response comes back as a dictionary that looks like this. Okay, so we have a dictionary that has an error, and it has a result which has a dictionary which has unixtime and RFC 1123. Okay, so do you see why we need result unixtime? Now, let's break it down step by step. What type of data is the entire response? It's the so one, it's a dictionary. Two, it's a dictionary, and three, it's an integer. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it. Um, so it's like you assert. What does is instance mean? Returns? Okay, I can also check like this. returns whether an object is an instance of a class or a subclass thereof. A tuple, as in is instance x ab, may be given to the target to check against. This is equivalent to exist is instance x of a or is instance x of b. That really doesn't help me. But yeah, does like this is like Chinese to me. And I don't speak Chinese. The explanation itself is like I don't understand it. Not at all. I understand that. So what I can see is like this is a very general function that exists, right? But where does it exist? So it's in built-ins. So instance check is built in. So this is basically a true or false. So what does is instance mean? I see it's built in Python and that it's basically a true or false check. Is that correct? Okay. Okay, let me just read through what it's saying. Excellent, you've identified the data types correctly. Now I can explain why we need the nested structure in our assertions and help you understand this better. Okay, let's look at why we have these specific assertions in test client Py. So assert is instance result dictionary. This checks the outer dictionary. Assert len result error checks that the error array is empty. And assert is instance result dictionary and checks the inner dictionary. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Is instance result unixtime checks the Unix timestamp, and then RFC 1123, that is the date time format. Okay. So if the API returned just the number 1742539419, the test would fail. Same goes if it returned an error message, and the same goes if it was going to be returned as a string instead of an integer. All of these would make the test fail. But what does is instance actually mean? I see it's built in and it's basically a true or false check. Is that correct? Okay. Let me demonstrate how is instance works with some practical examples to help you understand it better. Let's do a quick experiment with is instance. Try typing these lines in your Python interpreter and tell me what each one returns. So I'm just okay. Let's just create a new file. Oh, in the interpreter. Uh, what is sorry? Oh, what is the Python interpreter? Uh, okay. So if we say x equals 42, is instance x integer. Yes, that's in. True. Okay. Y equals 42. Instance Y integer. False, and if we go string, oh, that's true. Okay, is Z equals a dictionary name, name John is instance Z dictionary. True. And numbers equals numbers. Numbers equals. So this closed bracket is a list actually. So 1, 2, 3 is a list an array. Is instance numbers list. Okay, and array. Array is not okay. Interesting. So let's exit here. Build up terminal. Yeah. I need to reactivate the event. Fine. Actually, that's easy to do now for me. Okay. We stopped. Okay, I see. I play with it. Are lists arrays? Okay, I'm not gonna try these experiments, but this is a list. Lists can hold different types. So you can print out different items. A list can grow, append. Okay, interesting. Should show 1, 2, 3, 4. But does Python have your typical array? I mean, if you can hold different data types, that's, I guess, neat. Several array-like structures. NumPy arrays, most common for numerical computing. Fixed type, most efficient. Python's array module, less common, but like traditional arrays. Okay, that's cool. Let's go. Let's go back to our point where we're still working on the code, right? Huh? Yeah, so let's go here. This and all subsequent messages. I'm just gonna respond without asking the questions about the list and stuff like that. Or is instance? I still don't know what this instance is. I get what it does. Actually, I do know. I do know. It's a check. Is instance is checking if the result, if A is B, and returns either true or false. Okay, you understand how assertions work as safeguards. Now let's apply this understanding to write tests for another endpoint. Yep, let's do it. So we have already imported the Kraken, but yeah, we can. So let's just copy over this, and I'll say this is gonna be rest, spot rest. Spot REST API get server status. And this can be also adjusted. Yeah, no, I'll do that. I'll try to do it on my own based on the yeah. So we have a result. It's gonna be get server status here. So here we do have a result, and the result is dictionary. Yep. Okay, it is a dictionary. Then we have list of a list errors. This is a list. And why do we sometimes use double? Why do we sometimes use this and other times this in our lists in the is instance checkers? Result, for example, confirm for me if result is a list of a single item. I'm not sure if it's a list or not. Okay, so both of them work. We use them interchangeably because they mean the same thing. The only practical difference is when you need to include a quote inside a string. Using double quotes, it's okay. So about result, this is not a list with one item. It's actually dictionary key access. When we write result, we are looking up the key result in the dictionary called result. It's like looking up a word in a dictionary. The result is the word we're looking up. Okay. To demonstrate, let's look at a response again. Error. We access this with result error. Okay. So we have result error. We access this with result. Okay. Okay. So we have result. We have error. Yeah, we have error. We have result is instance result dictionary. We do have another dictionary, and now we just have a status, which is a string, and a timestamp, which is a string. So we are checking here status, and this is a string. And I think that's it, right? So if we run the test, okay, I need to remove the test sample call. So this we need to it should be like where should it go? I'm just gonna move it to the top. Move it to the top. Outside. Yes, just go preview. What do you want? Okay. Oh, that's fine. Okay. That's simple, of course. But we save this away. I don't wanna why I don't wanna call anymore here. You know, I wanna call it should call tests this is where we should be looking at. I'm importing PyTest here, right? It's like the fuck. Just PyTest ini, Python path. Okay, I'm gonna need help here. I wrote test, but when I went to try it out using PyTest, I got this error. Why? I try to figure out myself quickly first. So interrupted. I don't get it. I thought moving it away. Attempted relative import with no known parent package. I moved that file away from the tests folder, and I thought that should resolve it. It didn't. We have a new update, Ruby. Okay, I don't use that. But did I restart all of my extensions? I resume. It's fine. Not the end of the world. I need some coffee. Ah, I see the import issue. No, I want the PyTest to ignore test sample calls. That's what I want. I want it to pretend it doesn't exist. Don't call it. Okay. No recursed IRS. No recursed dears option. Okay. Now that we've told PyTest to ignore, let's get back. Well, I did. I already did. I already did write one. And now the saved. That's saved. But it's still trying. It's still trying. If we go to tests and move it back. Okay. Move it back and I test. So it's still trying to run the manual scripts. This is annoying. We just delete it, right? Well, not delete it. I wrote it, so I want to keep it. Oh wait, I see. Oh, hey, I was wondering why can't it edit? Oh, thank God. But where did you move manual tests? Okay, okay. And now, if you run PyTest, so oh, I want Kraken, and we got exited from the vendor. I don't know. Scripts activate. PyTest. See, we should have two tests, collected two items, key error status. Okay, that's good. That's good. We got a fail. So test client, key error, result status. So why? It's result. So we're checking the result of result and status. And then we are looking for a string. What is the issue? Key error. 30 key error. Error. Okay. The tus. Uh-huh. Okay, okay, I see. Thank you. I'll fix it myself. Server status. Let me check. Hey, you can chill. Huh? Get system status. Yeah, that's the one. That's what I wanted to check now. So get system status. See, now failing. Get server status. I receive one. Oh, it's called timestamp. Okay, okay. See? So I think the test is calling, right? Okay. Okay, fixed it. Let's go on to the next one is asset info. So get asset info and it's gonna be here. Also asset info. And we have a result object. Okay, I'll try to define it myself first. I don't want the comments. Okay. Let's get the method first. It's assets, picker info, OHLC, order book, get asset info. This one. Okay. So let's see. Now this is a bit more complex because we can have so many. I'm gonna ask it to teach me. Okay. The next one, the next test is more complex. It has a long output, and so I think you can teach me how to handle it. Do I need to write different tests for different outputs? Like if provided asset pair, if default, if nothing is provided. That's Yeah, let me use Copilot. That's also sensitive immediately. If there is nothing provided, so wait. So there are multiple scenarios in which the data here changes. If I provide the um, so the request has an asset and a class, and depending on whether I provide an asset or leave it by default, because by default it will return all available assets. So when how should I think about tests? Do I need to think about them? Okay, we wrote this test so to check what would happen if an asset is provided and is everything as expected, or the test can handle all scenarios. I'm a bit confused on that. Okay, so test cases for different scenarios. In PyTest, we can create multiple test functions or use parameterize to test different scenarios. Let me explain how we can structure this. For get asset info, we have three scenarios to test. Default case, no parameters, should return all assets. Single asset case, XBT should return just that asset. Multiple asset case, XBT ETH should return specified asset. With a class parameter, should filter by asset class. We can write separate test functions for each scenario. Here's how we could structure it. Okay. Okay, so I need to write for each scenario a different one. Okay, that's fine. I just needed to know what to do. And what was the previous one I didn't read? First, let's identify what we need to test and get asset info, basic response, dictionary with error and result, the ability to request a specific asset. Okay. Okay, let's try it out. So let's do first just as is, right? Nothing. That's the more complicated one. Yeah, wow, what the fuck? How do you handle something like this? I think it has to do with the response. So again, now I should be showing you, what I'm looking at, but basically, how do you check that this is correct, right? So I can see that it's a repeating, recurring. This is recurring. So I don't know how to check. So property name, this is this is the asset info. Hmm? Okay. Okay. Asset is instance. Result is dictionary, right? Yeah. Result is dictionary. And we have an error. That's correct. And then we have a property name. Let's try this. Asset info. What is that? It's a dictionary? Yeah. Okay, so we have result, property name, dictionary. And then we have a bunch of these. Let's see. So this would be property name. Oh, I moved away. Property name, property name. think would be like that, property name. And now we have string, 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 integer, integer, number, integer, integer, number, num, with lateral value. It's like a float, float. And then we have string. This would be int. Okay. Let's see, let's see. Okay, I just need to define. So this is a class. This is alt name, decimals, display decimals, display decimals, lateral value, and status. Ooh, I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, so property name is failing hard. So we have, okay, okay, I need help. Need help. And you check the last test. I get an error with property name, which is what is highlighted in this for the default response. The key error I forgot to mention. That's important. I mean, it wants to see the response, but it's a key error. No, I cannot show you what it's printed. Not point, huh? I could copy it over, but it's way too long. Wait, why is it in code? Stop, stop, stop. You're supposed to be in teaching mode. Oh, because we reset the extension. Okay, okay, fair enough. I mean, next time I do this, I'll absolutely use the AI. But doing it slower like this helps me understand. So, uh, no, well, I mean, okay, let me show you. So we have this continuous, continuous for many, many, many repetitions. Margin rate. Oh, wait, what? Status in, but some have a margin rate as well. Others don't. Interesting. Okay, now that we see, let's write assertions for a specific. No, I want for the default with no parameters. Okay, that's cool. So it's checking. Okay, I see. Interesting. Yeah, that I didn't think of that. So it's saying let's assert the length of result wait, result. We don't have a result. We have a result. Oh, 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 we do have a result. Yeah, this would be result. And this is, that's more than 0. Okay. That's the structure of the first asset we find. Wow. Okay. So we say first asset key equals list result. So it's kinda interesting. So it's gonna try to access keys 0. So it's gonna first asset equals result. So result first asset key. Okay, and then assert is instance first asset A class, right? But where do we? That's the structure. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know. Okay, let's finish writing this one out, and then we'll figure it out. Okay, this won't work. But what is the problem here? Indentation. Yeah. The first asset key is the result at the 0 position, and then we can print f. Yeah, but this, if I do it like this, it breaks a lot of different things. So maybe I need to do it outside. First asset key is not defined. We need to result is not defined. I don't know how I need to handle this one. Maybe we so maybe we put them on the same level, and then we just say, okay, uh, first asset is here, and why doesn't it get used? I don't know. Let me try running. I mean I know it's gonna fail, but just try running it regardless. Oh yeah. Did you perhaps forgot a comma? Result, first asset. Is instance. Okay, oh wait. This result also needs to get removed completely. So we're depending on this to be okay. Let's try it. It looks actually good now. Yeah, that makes sense because we were repeating result. Two passed, one failed. Error collateral value. Load. Here. Because the first one doesn't have? What if we go to the second one? Would it pass then? Yeah, which passes. Okay, so implemented. It's implemented. But we have an interesting situation. For example, the asset at position 0 had no collateral value, while asset at position 1 had. So depending on which asset we started with, the test either succeeded or failed. And the camera goes off from time to time. Like it's a bit of an older DSLR, and it's on a timer. Always 30 minutes, always. So let me see. Excellent observation. Oh, thank you so much, AI. You've discovered an important testing concept, handling optional fields in API responses. Some assets have collateral values, what others don't. This is a common situation in APIs, and there are several ways we can handle it. There are a few ways we can handle optional fields like collateral value. We could check if the field exists before testing its type. So, optional fields only check So we go like if collateral value in first asset, then assert. Okay. And then we can also do, they don't say it, but if margin rate uh, in first asset cert is instance first asset margin rate. Yep, that's a float as well, I think. So now if we go to 0, try it again, it should pass. Oops. If this was done correctly. Yep, okay. And print. I don't see the print of the test, by the way. Is that good? Okay, let's see. PyTest S. Oops. PyTest S. Number 434 assets. That's cool. It is cool. So I guess, yeah, that returns the dictionary. So len result of result returns the dictionaries that are in that API. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap it down here. We've hit the 1 hour, which is how much I'm making a commitment to code, like 1 hour a day for 30 days or so, and see how far I get with this. Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And see you tomorrow, or even maybe later tonight. I'm not sure. So I've been getting the itch to also program at other times, but probably not tonight. Probably not tonight, but tomorrow, most likely. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you dropping in, and see you tomorrow. Bye.